Hey, welcome. It's Brian, and this is Guitar Solo Reactions, and today we're back with Matteo Mancuso. He's got a new song/video called Pole Position, and it looks like he's doing and playing a baritone guitar. I think I saw an interview where he was talking about doing stuff with the baritone or doing more work with that, so that makes sense. If you know anything about guitar, you know what an incredible player Matteo is. And if you're into fusion or kind of even that jazz rock, either from the 70s or more modern versions of that, you know that Matteo is at the top of the heap. And definitely great as a huge fan of those players and as one myself at certain points in my life. It's definitely really great to see such a great player kind of holding the flame or, kind of keeping it going and kind of pushing it forward again as far as guitar playing and being an incredible guitar player. And then on top of all of that, he's got like a completely unique technique on guitar. And if you know anything about guitar or him, you know what I'm talking about. So with all that said, let's get into it. But I wanted to add one thing before we started, which is 90% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So please subscribe and comment and all of that. I'd appreciate it. And here we go. Matteo Mancuso and the band doing the song Pole Position. Yeah. It's so cool to hear that baritone, it's kind of getting into those lower ranges of like close to the G string on a normal bass, a 4-string bass. It's getting close. But there's a certain kind of tonality too, like a tone-wise, that's got this really nice clarity, but lots of low end at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, but it's super unique. He's obviously, I forget who the maker of this guitar is, but it's got like the Telly bridge, traditional bridge, and just 2 single coils. So it's got that snappy kind of Telly thing going on for sure. So cool, but lower. Okay, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Steve Morris and the Dregs. It's got a little bit of that kind of country twang to it, and then tons of technique, and then a bunch of other stuff. But if you don't know the Dregs, listen to, pick up a record and see what you think. If you don't know Steve Morris as a player, I hope you do. But I don't know if that would be an influence on Matteo. It could be, but anyway, Steve Morris. Okay, there we have it. Matteo Mancuso. Pole position. Pole position. I keep trying to say pole for some reason. So, if you know the band, the bass player is not the same kid I saw with him during all that Nam stuff. Am I right or wrong? I'm not sure, but he looks different. But many times I've thought that, and it's wound up being the same guy. So I just might be, I don't know, different hairstyle. Anyway, beautiful guitar playing, as you know, and tons of chops. Cool song. You know, it's kind of straddling that kind of rock, kind of like a Jeff Beck thing almost. You know, where it's instrumental, obviously, but it's got a cool rocking, lots of energy, kind of that opening kind of fourth kind of chordal riff that he was doing, and then just tons of great little ad lib kind of, you know, little points of like a little silhouette there, and then goes full blown. Just what can you say? I like the idea of the baritone. I have to say, I hope he does more. I'd love to hear more of him doing this and see how I like it over the whole span. I think there's no difference really between that and a guitar, except that it's got the G strings, a wound string, which many jazz players had, you know, wound a G string, and all of that. So it kind of fits. But with those rockin' tones, you know, I'd love to hear more, I guess is what I'm saying. He can obviously, the string tension's probably the same as a normal guitar, except you're getting bigger strings and all of that. But it's a cool piece. Like I said, it reminded me, and this isn't a slight against Matteo, but, you know, it has a little bit of this cool mixing of a rock kind of feel, jazz kind of phrasing as far as or as far as harmonization and stuff like that. But then it's got this kind of almost like a country feel that also Eric Johnson does that a little bit, and it's always so cool. I'm trying to think of that Eric Johnson song. I think it's called Fat Time or Fat Boy or something like that. Look up that song. That is a really cool kind of like a fourth chordal thing that is just like really cool and heavy, really syncopated. So anyway, look that song up, or if you know it, let me know what it's called. I'm going to look it up after we're done here. But I am Brian. Matteo is kind of the guiding light for guitar, along with many others. But as far as I'm concerned, he's more in that fusion territory where Tim and Scotty from Polyphia are doing something unique as well. And then we have so many other incredible players, Jason Richardson, even you know, Derek Trucks, who's older than these guys, but still all of these kind of new players or new-ish players kind of coming to the forefront, and kind of delivering and pushing guitar back out there again. I don't know if it ever went away, but I'm glad that there's younger people that have really put a lot of time and effort into playing the guitar with solos, without, whatever, just becoming great musicians. So I think the guitar will be around for a while is kind of what I'm getting at. Anyway, I am Brian. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.